Hi guys, welcome back. I'm going to start running a declutter series. Lately I've been rummaging through my makeup collection and I've noticed there's a fair few products in there that kind of need wheedling out. So I thought, why not do them together? So if this is your thing too, hit the subscribe button, then ring the bell and you'll be notified of all the future declutter videos in the series, really. Sorry, my mind just went totally blank there. And just think, this intro is going to be on the front of every one of the declutter videos. Nice. I'm not going to delete it, I'll just keep it real. So make sure you've got a cup of tea, you've pulled up a chair and you're comfortable, because these are going to be quite long ones, I think. So with that being said, like I said, pop the kettle on, pull up a chair, I'm going to jump in the shower, and let's dive into these declutters. Hi guys, welcome back to my declutter series. Today we're doing eyeshadow palettes. I'm going to have to kind of film this in 3 sections and put it together. This is all my Revolution palettes, then I will move on to the rest of my drugstore and then my sort of indie and high end. I love Revolution eyeshadow palettes. Some of them have been hit and miss that I've noticed. They've nailed the formula in some palettes and other palettes it's just way out there. So there are a few from here I can declutter. I absolutely love eyeshadow palettes, that's one of my downfalls. That, blush, lipstick, well, basically all makeup. Yeah, so none of these palettes are going to go to waste. There's none here that are old, so none of them are going to be thrown away. They're all going to be passed on to family and friends. There are some new ones here as well that I've not yet had the chance to try, which I will be doing next month and in the next few days. I'm quite excited. But yeah, I hope you're sitting comfortably, you've got a cup of tea, and let's dig in because this one might be a bit of a long one. Straight off from what I can see, here's one that I'm going to be keeping. This is last year's Christmas palette and it's the I Heart Revolution Snow Globe Snow Palette. I love this one. We're going to have like mirrors everywhere. Yeah, it's a really nice palette, so I'm going to be keeping that. I am going to be kind of blitzing through these a bit more quickly and just more or less showing you what's here. This is one that I'm going to declutter. It's the I Heart Revolution One True Love. I've just not really reached for this. It's not a colourway that is majorly interesting. There's me in the camera. Yeah, so I'm going to pass this one on. It doesn't help that I knock the camera as well. Here's another one that I'm going to be passing on. This is the Revolution Nudes palette. I think this is supposed to be like a dupe for the Huda Beauty ones. I do not like how this performs. It doesn't blend particularly well. The shimmers I don't particularly like, and you can only really get one kind of look from it. So I'm going to pass that one along. Another one I'm going to pass along is the Revolution Pro Crystal Eye Quad. This one I just don't reach for. The packaging is stunning as well. Can you see all that glitter? It's absolutely lovely. But I think it's because it's, you know, you've got a glittery one in there, full shimmers. It's not a kind of one and done palette, which is what I prefer. You'll notice that I may pass something on because it's got one shade in there that I actually love, but the others don't perform so well, and I will not put in another palette because I'm lazy. One that I'm keeping though, I really like this one. This one is the Revolution Neon Shadow Palette. So it's kind of like greens, purples. Absolutely love this. Last Halloween, not the one just gone, the one before, I did Poison Ivy's makeup, and this is one of, not Poison Ivy on Poison Ivy, but I did Poison Ivy's makeup look on myself. And this was one of the palettes that I pulled in. I pulled this one in, Blood Sugar. It looked absolutely amazing. Loved it. So I am keeping that one. And what have we got here? This is the I Heart Revolution Peppermint palette. This is another one that I'm keeping. I love these greens. I absolutely love green eyeshadow. It's absolutely gorgeous. So I'm going to keep hold of that one. But these three here, I am decluttering. We have got the I Heart Revolution Rocky Road palette. I've not actually reached for this, and that's why I'm passing it on. The colourway's not all that interesting to me, so that one's going. I have got the I Heart Revolution Chocolate Orange palette. This one is also going. It's just a very similar, all the shades look very similar to me, so I'm going to pass that one on. And the last one there is the I Heart Revolution Sour Cherry palette. And this is another one I've kind of dipped in it a bit, but I've not particularly used it too much. I'm not a massive fan of big pinks and purples and stuff, so I'm going to pass that one along. And if I do wear a pink or a purple, there are other palettes that I put in. Here's another one that I'm going to be passing on. It's just says the Revolution palette. It doesn't say what it is. This one, I'm just not a fan, really. There's loads of glitters in there that I don't particularly use. I've kind of swatched one, but that's about it. And I'm just not a fan of the colourway, to be honest. Yeah, it's just, you're going to kind of get one look out of that and that's it. So I'm passing that one on. One that I'm keeping, I absolutely love this formula. This is the XX Revolution Quad in the shade Executive. This is absolutely gorgeous. Those shades are stunning, especially the bronzy one in the top. Absolutely gorgeous. Love this. So I am keeping that one. But I am passing this one along. There's absolutely nothing wrong with the formula. It's just the colourway. This is the XX Revolution Quad in Excite. If I can get it open. It's just because of how pink it is. It's very, very pink. So yeah, I'm going to pass that one along. I've reached for it once or twice, but not very much after that. And this last one I'm keeping, this is the XX Revolution in Exposed. Now this to me is kind of like a Charlotte Tilbury dupe. It's absolutely gorgeous. It works so well. So I'm going to keep hold of that one. One that I'm passing on, there's absolutely nothing wrong with this palette. I just no longer reach for it. It's the Revolution Pro Extreme Supreme Eyeshadow Intoxicate. Now this palette is nuts. Those shimmers are absolutely stunning. The mattes blend like a dream. It's just, I don't reach for it. So I'm going to pass that one along. And I don't like something just sitting down being wasted. This one I'm going to keep hold of. It's the Revolution Relove Cherish palette. I love this. It's really cute. I quite often wear this to work. It's very simple. It's not too out there, but you get a gorgeous look. So I'm going to keep that one. I like these two too. This is the Revolution Forever Dynamic little palette. Absolutely gorgeous. I really like these. Now I can never really get a look on its own with this one because this shade here isn't deep enough. But what I do is, this is the Revolution Forever Dynamic Serenity. This one is Eternal. So this is the Serenity one. But this has obviously a deeper brown in it, so I kind of just pull them both out together and treat them as one palette instead of two separates. So yeah, I'm going to keep hold of both of those. They both work so well. Another one that I'm keeping hold of, I kind of collect these chocolate bars. I absolutely love them. This is the I Heart Chocolate Iced Latte palette. Absolutely gorgeous palette. Really like this. The greens in there are stunning. So are the golds. It blends so well and you can get so many different looks. So I'm going to keep that one. I have another one. This is the I Heart Revolution Rose Fizz palette. I really like this one too. You've got some stunning shades in there. This one's kind of more neutral, but gold eyeshadow is one of my favourite shades and this is packed full. So I am going to keep hold of that one. One that I am passing along though, this is the I Heart Revolution Fruit and Nut. I just haven't reached for this. It's a bit purpley. I picked it up because I didn't think it looked like this. It looked different in the picture. And I've just not really reached for it. So I'm going to pass this one on. And if I want blues, I've got other blues in other palettes. So yeah. A lucky person is going to get that one. Another one that I'm passing along here is the Revolution Ultraviolet palette. I used to use this quite a lot, but now I haven't reached for it in such a long time. That blue shade is absolutely stunning. I love it. But like I said just a minute ago, I've got blues in other palettes, so I'm going to pass this one along. One that I'm keeping is the I Heart Revolution. This is the Makeup Obsession Be in Love With. This is really nice, just a neutral palette. Absolutely love it. I use this one for work too. So yeah, I'm going to keep hold of that one. I think I'm doing quite well so far. This is the Revolution Tammy palette. This one I am passing along. I've not really reached for it. I did a few looks with it and, you know, the formula's okay, but I'm just not reaching for it. So that one is going to also be passed along. This is the Revolution Roxy palette. Now, I don't have a lot of colour in my collection, so I'm going to keep hold of this one. This one, and there's like a couple of others that I've got colour in. I'm going to hold on to. Yeah, really like this. This one is the I Heart Chocolate palette. I think this is like one of the kind of original ones. I'm going to keep hold of that. It's a nice kind of neutral brown. Yeah, I really like it. Good for kind of everyday looks. I have got the Revolution Reloaded in Velvet Rose. As you'll be able to see as we go through these palettes, I'm quite a neutral girl. I'm keeping hold of this one. Absolute gorgeous. Different looks you can get with that, but it's nice and neutral. Good for every day. Keeping that one. This is another one I'm keeping hold of. This is the Revolution Cotton Candy palette. Absolutely gorgeous. This shade down here is stunning. Really, really like this. And they've got an absolute gorgeous shade in here called Clouds. It's really unique, so I'm keeping hold of that one. I have got the Revolution Reloaded Provocative. I'm going to pass this one along. It's quite similar to the Velvet Rose, and I don't need two of them, so I'm passing this one on. Now these I've been on the fence for a while, so I'm going to pop them by because there's 5 of them. Now this one is new to me and I've hardly touched it. I've dipped into this shade I think at the moment, and that's it. It's the Revolution Reloaded Smoky Neutrals, so I'm going to keep hold of this one. Absolute gorgeous shades in here. Some of these are stunning. So yeah, I can't wait to play with that one. Now I think the 5 that I was talking about, I think I'm going to pass these along because I've not really reached for them at all. And some of the ones I have, I've not really been impressed with. So this is the Revolution Pro Rock and Royal palette. This came in like a set of 5. They're absolute stunning shades. It's just I'm not reaching for them. And like I said, the one or two that I used I wasn't overly impressed with. This is the Truth or Dare palette. It's got some stunning shades in there, but then again, I'm not reaching for it. Passing that one along. This is the Nude on Nude. I think this is the one that I did use and I wasn't overly impressed. So I am passing this one along. I have got the Earth and Stone. Is this the one with the gorgeous blue in it? No. This green is stunning, but I've got other greens and other palettes, and yeah, passing it along. There's a lot of shimmers in that one as well. And this is the Night and Day palette. This is the one with the blue in it. Absolutely gorgeous. It's very celestial, I think. Kind of reminds me of the solar system. But yeah, I'm passing that one along. I have got the I Heart Revolution Parental Advisory palette. Now I've not touched this. This has just been sitting in my collection, so it's practically brand new. I'm going to pass that one along as well. I think Ellie might like that. It's quite a young person's palette, I think. I have got the Revolution Life on the Dance Floor palette. I'm keeping hold of this one. I do like those shades, especially kind of like this one down here, that blue. Absolutely gorgeous. I'm doing so well. I'm really surprised. This one is new to me and I've not used it yet. It's the Regeneration Unleashed palette. I'm going to keep hold of this one. I know it's very neutral and it's quite similar to my other palettes, but I do want to give this one a go. One of my other favourite chocolate bar palettes. This is the I Heart Revolution Macaroons. Look at these. You've got your nice blues, greens, neutrals. There's golds in there. Absolutely stunning. I love this palette. So I am keeping hold of that one. This is the Marble Rose Gold palette. Now this one I'm passing along. It kind of, the shades wasn't what I kind of thought it was going to be. Sorry, I'm trying to get it in camera. Yeah, and I've not reached for it. I don't even think I've swatched this. So I'm passing this one along. I think Ellie might like this one as well. I think those shades are quite up her street. Another one that I'm keeping, this is the Revolution Gold Crush Shadow Palette. I love this box. And those are absolutely gorgeous. And look at how they presented them. They're like little gold kind of bars and bricks. Yeah, so I'm keeping hold of that one. One that I'm passing along, I was so disappointed with this. This is the I Heart Revolution Tasty Coconut Palette. Now this just did not perform at all, and I was so disappointed. Some of those shades look absolutely gorgeous. Yeah, I've reached for it 2 or 3 times and then just pushed it to one side. I was like, no, I've got other ones that perform better. One that I'm keeping is the Revolution Animal Courage palette. Look at this packaging. It's absolutely gorgeous. I love these shades. Absolutely stunning green in there. You've got your mattes, you've got your shimmers. There's so many different looks in there. So I'm keeping hold of that one. Another one I'm keeping, the Revolution Calmy Kiss of Fire palette. I love the shades in this. This is kind of like fall to me. Got that gorgeous kind of orange, got the mustard yellow, absolutely lovely. So I'm keeping hold of this one. This blue down here, gorgeous. Do recommend that one. This one is relatively new to me and I absolutely love it. It's a Revolution Batman palette. I think this is just absolutely gorgeous. I wore this to work on kind of Guy Fawkes night or bonfire night, and I did like a really nice kind of orangey yellow firework kind of look. Absolutely love this. I've been reaching for it quite a lot, so I'm keeping that one. This one is a new one to me, so I'm going to keep hold of it. It's the Revolution Forever Flawless. It's very pink, very neutral, but yeah, I'm going to keep hold of that one. Really, really like how that looks. I need to have a play with it. What have we got here? This is a I Heart Revolution Sparkles palette. Here's another one I'm keeping just because it's, you know, the colours. I've got then a nice bit of colour in my collection, and it's got some gorgeous greens and blues in there. So I'm keeping hold of that one. Is it this one I was keeping or the next one? I've got 2 of these. You've got the Revolution Glass Mirror and the Revolution Black Ice. Packaging on these are gorgeous. Really, really like them. Right, so the one I'm keeping is the Black Ice, which is this one. I really, really liked this one and really enjoyed the colourways. Look at this shade down the end there. Absolutely gorgeous. So I'm keeping that one. But this one, I've kind of swatched it, had a little play, and just wasn't really interested in the colourway. So I'm going to declutter that one. I've got here the Revolution Roxy palette. I really like this. I'm going to keep hold of this one. Nice and neutrals. Gorgeous shades in there. And this is the Revolution Pro Rockstar. I'm going to declutter this one. It's very similar to the Roxy palette. And I tend to reach for the Roxy palette more over this one. So I'm going to declutter that one. We're coming to the end. Let's bring them in. This is the I Heart Revolution Chocolate Vice palette. I really like this one. It's very similar to the other chocolate one, but you know, I do like it, so I'm going to keep hold of that one. This is one of my favourite ever Revolution palettes. It's probably one of the most simple palettes they do. It's just 3 lots of matte, and it's the Ultra Eye Contour Light and Shade. So you've got your neutral, your cool and your warm. Yeah, absolutely love it. I normally stick sort of a shimmer with it, a single shadow, bring it in. Absolutely gorgeous. You can get different looks out of there. Really like it. They blend like a dream, and I picked this up for £4. Absolute bargain. So I'm keeping that one. I think these three here I am going to keep. This is the XX Revolution Tuxedo palette. Absolutely love this. Gorgeous shades, gorgeous blues. You've got your neutrals as well. There is the XX Revolution Expectation palette, which is kind of more pinkier. So I'm going to keep hold of that one. I do like the XX formula. And this one is XS Luxe. Really gorgeous. Stunning green down here. It's kind of like a dirty olive green. Really, really nice. So I am keeping hold of that one, or those three. Keeping those ones. I'm kind of running out of space, there's too many palettes. And this last one, I'm going to declutter it. I was so disappointed with this. It's the Revolution Glow palette. It's absolutely huge. You've got some stunning shades in here. This blue is gorgeous. But for me, whenever I used it, I ended up with the same look. And it just drove me nuts. Some of the shades just blend out into the same kind of shade and just look a bit dirty. But my daughter Ellie borrows this all the time. So I'm going to pass it on to her, so then it will get used. So there we go. So I can't bring up everything I'm keeping, but I've actually filled this box up with what I'm decluttering. So I'm really, really pleased with that. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to remove these off and then bring up all of my other drugstore palettes. So I shall see you back in a second. So I've loaded on the rest of my drugstore palettes. I'm sure I've got more floating around somewhere, but when we come to do the single shadows and sort of other eye stuff, I will probably find some more in there. So let's blitz through these. There are some strange ones. There's quite a lot of new ones here as well, because I've recently done a couple of hauls. So yeah, I will point those out. But the first one on the top here is BH Cosmetics Switzerland palette. I'm actually letting this one go. I got it on my eyes this morning. It's probably like the 4th or 5th time I've dipped into it, and I'm just quite disappointed, to be honest. So yeah, I'm passing this one on. The mattes aren't that great. The shimmers are absolutely stunning, but I'm not a fan of the mattes. So it's a shame, really. So that one is going. I have got, this is my only Morphe palette. This is the 9B. So it's kind of like that bronzy one. I'm going to keep hold of that one. I quite like this palette. This one is also new to me. I've used it a couple of times. I really like it. It's the Beauty Bay Evolve palette, and you've got 42 colours in here. This is absolutely brilliant if you're buying something for a beginner, or you are a beginner, because you've kind of got all your rows numbered, and then it tells you down the sides, pop it on the crease, pop it on the brow bone. You've got liners, shimmers. It kind of, the palette explains itself. It's absolutely gorgeous. It blends like a dream, and some of these shades, I think it was this one, I just fell in love with. It's going to come up. Okay, but look at that. It shifts so many different colours, and it's absolutely gorgeous. So I am keeping hold of that. And that was actually a gift with purchase from Beauty Bay as well, if you're part of their kind of reward scheme. Now I've got 3 Wet n Wild palettes here, and I'm keeping all of these. I was quite impressed with this formula. So we have got the Call Me Sunshine palette. Absolutely love this one. We have got the Light Soft palette. This one I've not used yet, but if it performs like the others, it will be absolutely amazing. And I have also got the Heart and Soul palette. I really like this one too. So I'm keeping hold of all 3 of those. I found 2 random Revolution palettes, so I'm keeping both of those. This is Revolution Pro Glam Mood Date Night palette. Really like this. You've got your 3 mattes, your 3 kind of shimmery glittery shades. Really nice. And this one is the Glam Mood Party Time palette. Yep, so I'm keeping both of those. I have got the Essence Coffee to Glow. I bought this recently. It's so cute. Look at that. It's absolutely gorgeous. I really like it. I do like a cute little nude natural palette, and it doesn't take up any space, so I'm keeping hold of that one. I've got a lot of profusion on top here because I did a profusion haul, and most of these I haven't had the chance to use yet, but there is one I'm going to let go. This isn't it. This is the Profusion Twinkle palette. Really like this. Looks really cute, so I'm going to keep hold of this. I can't wait to dig into that one. I have got the Profusion Classics palette. It's a really nice kind of nude palette, so I'm keeping that one. Is it this one I've used? This is the Profusion Bear palette. I think I've swatched it. I've used one of them. I will show you when we come across it. And I'm really impressed with the formula. So if these perform like that one, then I'm really, really happy. So I'm keeping that one. This is the one I'm letting go. It's Pink Nudes. It's just way too light. When I saw it online, I was like, oh, that'd be quite nice. And you kind of got, you know, your large sort of, can use these as highlights and like a blush down here. And then you kind of got your eyeshadows. But when it arrived, I was like, well, most of those shades aren't going to show up on my skin, so I'm going to pass that one along. And I do apologise for the sound in the previous part of the video. I forgot to plug in my mic. It's what happens when I don't have coffee. What have we got here? This is the Profusion Mauves palette, or Mauves. Absolutely gorgeous. Can't wait to dig into that one. This one really caught my eye. It's the Profusion Meadow palette. Look at the colours in there. Absolutely stunning. Some of those are absolutely perfect for this time of year, that kind of autumn and fall. So I am going to, this one's going to go on top of my vanity, and I'm going to have a play with that tomorrow. I can't wait. This is also another new one. It's the LA Girl Nudes palette. Let me know kind of if you've used this, and let me know what you kind of think about it. I think I've got another LA Girl palette here, and I was quite impressed. So I picked this one up. So yeah, let me know if you've come across this one. I did like a haul from the online store Notino, and some of their stuff is really, really inexpensive. So I kind of went a bit crazy. I have got two of these from Profusion. One is Chestnut Eyes and one is Amethyst Eyes. This was a gift with purchase. They kind of just sent it out when you buy an eyeshadow palette. So I was like, absolutely fantastic. So I got a free one, and you get a free decent brush. And I like this brush. So I've not used this one yet, but I have used this one. And this, I don't know if it's you, but it, or if it's me, not you, it reminds me of the Urban Decay Wild palette, the Wild West palette. They look so similar, and I love this. The colourway is gorgeous, it blends so well. So I'm keeping hold of both of those. I'm running out of space in my keep box. Right, I've got an absolute ton of these little e.l.f. bite-sized quads, and most of these I don't reach for, so I'm going to declutter some of them. I have got the e.l.f., is this the mint one? I'm going to pass this one along, I just don't reach for it. I have got the, I think this is like the carnival one. I don't reach for that one either, so I'm going to pass that one along. This is the jalapeno palette. I'm going to keep this one. Absolute gorgeous greens. Really, really like it. This one I'm going to pass along. I think this is Truffles. I've not really used it very much, so I'm passing that one on. This one, is this the new one? This is Berry Bad. This is what I received in a subscription box this month. I'm going to keep hold of this because I want to have a play. I quite like the colourway of it too. So I'm going to keep that one. This one I'm passing along. It is Eau de Rose. Not really reached for it. This shade here doesn't really do anything for me either. This one I'm going to keep hold of. It's like their pumpkin spice, I think it is. Keeping hold of that one. Absolutely gorgeous for fall. And this last one here I'm going to pass on also. It is Cream de Sucre, but I can't read what it is in English. I do apologise for my pronunciation, that's absolutely awful. Yeah, so I'm going to pass on 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 of those. I've also got a couple of Wet n Wild ones here. This one is Shells and Whistles. I think it's Shells and Whistles. Yeah, I think so. What is it? The problem here is where you take the stickers off. You actually take the names off as well. I don't reach for this one anymore, so I'm going to pass this one on. And this one is The Naked Truth. And I don't think I've reached for this at all. So I'm going to pass that one on. What else we got? These two are new to me, so I need to use them. They are from Essence. You've got Dancing Green. Oh, if I can get in, which is really nice greens in there. That looks like a really nice small compact palette, so I'm going to keep hold of that one. And this is from Essence also, and it's I like to mauve it, or I like to marve it. Yeah, absolute gorgeous. So I'm going to keep hold of those and give them a little play with. I have got, I think there's like 3 of these e.l.f. ones here somewhere. This one I'm keeping hold of. It's the Rose Gold Sunset palette. Absolutely love this. I pull this in for fall all the time. So this one is staying. But this one I've hardly touched. It's from Mad for Matte, and I think it's the smoky one. So I'm going to pass this one along, as I just don't reach for this one. I've got loads of these shades in other palettes. I have got the Wet n Wild Coffee Cat palette. I absolutely love this. It's really, really nice. It's up my street. It's neutrals, but it's, you know, it's quite warm. So I really keep in hold of that. Really, really like it. I have got a Wet n Wild small one here. I think it's in the shade Camo Flaunt. I've not reached for this one. This one's been sitting in my everyday makeup drawer all month. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to pass this one along because I've not touched it at all. Yeah, and let somebody else try that formula. I have got the Barry M Nude and Neutral. This one I'm going to keep for the time being. I want to give it a bit more of a play, but I wasn't overly impressed when I used it. So I'm going to give it another go. These shades just tend to just blend in to one. Yeah, so I'm going to give it one more go, and then if I'm still not getting on with it, I'm going to pass it along. I have got the LA Girl Pro Mastery eyeshadow palette. I love this. I'm going to keep hold of this. This was the palette I was talking about when I said I'd tried the formula and was really impressed. So I'm keeping hold of this one. I know it's another neutral. I do have more colourful palettes coming. So yeah, I am keeping hold of that one. I have got one here from Bang Beauty. This came in a subscription box. I'm going to pass this one along. I just don't reach for it at all. And I've got those shades in umpteen other palettes. So that one I'm passing along. I don't even think I've even used that one either. I've got one from Steve Laurent, and this is the birthday edition palette. I think I've used this once. I've got those shades in other palettes, so I'm going to pass that one along. I have got 2 here from BH Cosmetics, and one is the Blueberry Muffin palette. Absolutely love this. Going to keep it. Really gorgeous. Loads of blues. Do like a blue eyeshadow from time to time. And this is the BH Cosmetics Avocado Toast palette. Love this too. Got some gorgeous greens in there and some neutrals. Absolutely lovely. I was so disappointed after trying those. I was so disappointed in the Switzerland palette. I found it so frustrating because I thought they might be similar. Keeping hold of those ones. Sorry, I've got eyeshadow everywhere. Here's another one I'm passing on. It's the MUA Makeup Academy. It just says a 6 shade palette. I just don't reach for these, so I'm going to pass these ones on. And I can't remember what I thought of them either. This one here is from Essence, and it is My Power is Earth. I love the packaging, but I was so disappointed with this palette. The formula is just not great at all. They don't really blend. They get patchy. When you do get them to blend, they blend to nothing. So yeah, pass that one along, see if somebody else can get it to work. I have got the Kimchi Chick Juicy Chocolate palette. Absolutely love this. Going to keep hold of it. So cute. There's Kim. Absolutely gorgeous. I bought this and it kind of made me want to dive into her brand. I do recommend you check her out. I think you can pick these up on Beauty Bay. So yeah, absolutely lovely. I've got a ton of Colourpop here, but we're going to get to them sort of nearer the end. What have I got here? Oh, that's Colourpop as well. This one, Physicians Formula. It's the Tropical Days palette. I don't like this. I keep trying to make it work because their shades look absolutely gorgeous, but it's so hit and miss. Some of the shimmers are stunning, others are absolutely awful. Some of the mattes are brilliant, others just go patchy, they won't blend. It's kind of like a palette that is conflicted with itself. So I'm going to pass that one along. I've also got another Physicians Formula palette as well. This is the Rose All Play palette. So disappointed with this one as well. These do not blend. They have no pigment at all. Some of these deeper shades up here, there's no pigment to them. You can't really get a look. And then when you do, it just looks, I know it's pink, but you just end up with one shade of pink in the crease when you've probably tried to blend 4. It's just to get some kind of colour variation. And it's just patchy, so I'm passing that one on. I've got 2 here from LA Girl. One is Keep It Playful. I'm going to keep this. Absolutely lovely. I know I've kind of got that mastery palette that has probably these shades in, but I'm going to keep hold of these. Really like them. And this one is... this one's called... Oh, right. Okay, I'll remember what these palettes are now. Right, they are from the line Keep It Playful. Now, I do apologise for the names of these palettes. This one is called Playmate, which is fine. It's kind of like your more pinkier one, so I'm keeping that one. And this one is called Foreplay. And this is the more kind of orangey one. But I am definitely keeping these. They're absolutely lovely. I do recommend those. Right, I've got a lot of Colourpop here. Now, there is a couple I think that I am passing on, but I really like the Colourpop formula. I just kind of picked up shades that haven't really worked for me. So I've got the Frozen 2 palette. I'm keeping hold of this. Absolutely gorgeous. My youngest daughter absolutely loves Frozen, so I'm keeping that one. I have got Going Coconuts, which kind of got a bit damaged in transit, but I quite like this, so I'm going to keep hold of that one. Now, I'm not sure, right, it wasn't this one. This is Nude Mood, also from Colourpop. I'm going to keep hold of this one. Now, I think it was these 3 that I was unsure about. So I've got Blush Crush, which is very kind of, very light intoned. I have got, what's this? Making Marves, which I quite like. So it's more sort of like your purple marvery tone. Or this one's That's Taupe. Now I think I'm going to declutter this one, Blush Crush. I've hardly reached for it. And those tones are just a bit too light for me. And I'm going to keep these 2, which I think is cool. I've got the Child palette or the Mandalorian palette. I'm going to keep hold of this one. I understand they've released a full collection now, so you can also get another one. So I might have to look into that. Love the greens and the golds. Absolutely gorgeous. And this green, it's stunning. Hoping the camera picks it up. Absolutely gorgeous. Love it. This is my favourite all-time Colourpop palette. Give it to me straight. It was my first Colourpop palette. Absolutely love it. Just nudes. But you can get different looks for it. It's cool. You can get different variations. Absolutely love it. So I'm keeping hold of this one. I have most definitely run out of space over here. I've got 2 more here from Colourpop. This is the designer collection. It's Disney. Doesn't say what one it is though. But I'm keeping hold of this one. I don't know if this is the princess one. I know I did the villains. So I'm keeping hold of this one. Absolutely love it. This was the first palette I ever bought to follow a YouTube tutorial. It holds a special place in my heart. And this is the Colourpop Lyric. So this is one of those little 5 pans, kind of like the ones that Natasha Denona does. Yeah, I kind of got the feeling they were trying to, you know, catch on to that vibe. Absolutely love this. I'm going to keep hold of that one. And the last two here, I've got my favourite ever Beauty Bay palette. This is the nude palette. It's absolutely gorgeous. It's been used and abused. It's stunning. This blue is like one of my favourite ever blues. It's absolutely gorgeous. I do recommend, if you see this on Beauty Bay, pick it up. Their eyeshadow formula is just amazing. They're well worth checking out, and they're very affordable as well. So yeah, keeping hold of that one. But this one I'm going to pass on just because I don't reach for it anymore. I've had a good go, but I've just got those shades in other palettes, but they are absolutely stunning. I shouldn't have started swatching really, because I probably won't let it go otherwise. Is that the blue? Yeah, that's the Beauty Bay blue still going. Yeah, so it's this one and this one. They are absolutely gorgeous. It's the Aloha Beaches palette, but I just don't reach for it. So I'm going to pass that one along. Right, so we finished all of my drugstore palettes finally, and I will pop up my sort of higher end and indie. I don't have so much, just because of price really. So yeah, I will bring all those up and then we can go through those, and then that will be it. I will bring up the box that has all of the eyeshadow palettes in it that I'm decluttering. Right, so I've popped up all of my sort of higher end and indie kind of palettes. I've got a lot of Jeffree Star. I love, well, I won't say a lot, but there's a few here that I absolutely love his eyeshadow formula. We kind of discussed him in a previous video, so I'm not really going to go into that. There's not really going to be a lot here that I'm going to declutter. I think there's a couple, maybe 3. But yeah, I absolutely love a lot of these. So we'll just run through and I'll show you them. You would have seen these palettes time and time again. This is Jeffree Star's Blood Sugar. Absolutely love this palette. It's gorgeous. This is where my colour comes from in my collection, is with him. He's just nailed it, I think. I have got his Blue Blood palette here. Another one that I am keeping. Absolutely gorgeous. You can get these on Beauty Bay as well now, which I absolutely love, so they're very easy to get hold of. Just love it. I've not used this one as much, but if I am going for a blue look, this is where I normally go. So yeah, absolutely gorgeous. I have got Tati Beauty, the Textured Neutrals Volume 1, and now I understand Tati Beauty is no longer. So, as you can see, this is well loved. Absolutely stunning. The only things I don't reach for is the glitters, just because I'm not a glitter person, but everything else, it's gorgeous. Love, love, love. So this one is most definitely staying. I have got Jeffree's Cremated palette here. Absolutely love this one also. This is the kind of looks I went for around about the Halloweeny kind of time. I was making looks out of this. Really nice smoky palette. Absolutely gorgeous. That one is staying. Sorry, I'm trying to put these back in the cupboard as I pull them out because they're so big and bulky. And this is Jeffree's Collaboration, the Conspiracy palette. I really like this. The colours are out there, but you know, I like it. I like the different imprints in it too. Sorry, it's collaboration with Shane Dawson. I kind of forgot his name for a minute there. I watched their documentary and I just had to have this by the end of it, and just sat on my phone until I was actually able to purchase it. So yeah, definitely keeping hold of that one. I have got the Urban Decay Game of Thrones palette. I absolutely love the way this palette looks. It's absolutely gorgeous, and I love Game of Thrones. I can't remember how many times I've seen it. So it kind of opens up like a book. You've got a mirror, and then you pull this open and you've got your throne. Really, really love the attention to detail on that. And then you pull the drawer out here, and there you've got your shades. Now to me, this doesn't perform like the Naked palettes, but I really, really like them anyway. And you've kind of got your different sections for different kind of looks, or you can kind of combine them all. I think there's only 1, 2, 3, there's only sort of like 3 mattes in the whole thing, which is a bit frustrating. They could have done more mattes. But yeah, really, really like it. So definitely keeping hold of this one. Pop that one down on the floor because I'm running out of space. I have got Huda Beauty's Khaki Haze palette. Quite like this one. So this one is going to be staying. I've got Huda's Gold palette. This one is staying also. Absolutely love her formula. I want to pick up a couple of her bigger palettes. I want Mercury Retrograde, so I think I'm going to be keeping my eyes out for that in the future. And I've also got her, this is kind of like the orange one, Topaz Obsessions. Really, really nice. Yes, I know I have these shades in my collection, but I don't have them in this formula. That's kind of how I justify it to myself. So yeah, really like it. Definitely keeping hold of that one. The next one has been a bit difficult for me to decide, but I think I'm going to let this go because I just don't reach for it. And it's Charlotte Tilbury's Exaggereyes. I think this is Pillow Talk, and I just don't reach for it. So I'm going to pass this one on. And I have other shades like this. So yeah, I wouldn't mind trying one of her bigger palettes, just to kind of get a real grip for the formula, because you've only got one matte in here. And you kind of end up with looking with one look. So yeah, and they're quite pricey. I'm going to pass that one along. I've got 3 Urban Decay palettes here that I'm keeping. This is the Naked Cherry. Absolutely love this one. My favourite, the Naked Wild West. Got so much use out of this one recently. And I've got the Naked Honey. I tend to go for this in the summer. Really, really love the tones in there. This kind of palette I understand is a bit like Marmite. You either love it or you hate it, because of kind of like the golds, but I really, really like it. So those ones are staying. I can start to bring these in now. I've just realised I have a palette missing. Where's it gone? Oh, that is really bizarre. That is really, really bizarre. Sorry, I'm just going to have a dig in this cupboard that's beside me. Oh, I don't understand where that one's gone. I've got Jeffrey's Mini Orgy, but I've also got the full size of the big matte palette, which I don't see where it's gone because I did put it up here. So yeah, I'm definitely keeping hold of this, and I'm keeping hold of the full size matte one that I have too. Absolutely love this. All these kind of shades, they are right up my street. Yeah, packaging is a bit explicit, but you know, that's him. I have got, this is the Viseart Petit palette, Petit Pro palette, and this is the Paris Edit. I'm passing this on. I don't reach for this, and when I do, I've kind of got the same looks, and I was really disappointed in the formula. Yeah, not a favourite at all. So that one I'm passing along. I have got my NARS palette that my absolute gorgeous friend bought me. Definitely keeping hold of this one. It's gorgeous. Love that. Running out of space. I've got Juvia's Place, the Nubian palette. Absolutely love this. Yes, I know I've got tons of neutrals, but this formula is just absolutely stunning. So I am keeping hold of that one. I have got 2 here by Anastasia Beverly Hills. So I've got the Soft Glam palette. This one is staying. It is so well loved. Very well loved. I've got a feeling if I am going to have to repurchase a palette because of usage, it will be this one. If I go out for a special occasion or an evening out, this is what I wear. Absolutely love. And that kind of made me buy this one, which arrived this week it's the ABH Amrezy palette, and I have had a go and I was really impressed also. Absolutely love this. It's gorgeous. That blue is stunning. It's my favourite. It doesn't come up as bright on the eyes as I'd like, but I absolutely love it regardless. So yeah, definitely keeping that one. There is one here that I am going to pass on, and this is the Iconic London. I don't know if this is high end or indie or what, it's just the size of it fitted in that cupboard. What palette are you? It's Day to Slay. I'm going to pass this on. It's not something that I reach for. I've got these shades everywhere else in my collection, and to be honest, I wasn't a fan of the formula. So that one is going. And these two, these are my only Natasha Denona palettes. All come like little 5 pans. I'm going to keep these. I want to get a full size palette. This is the Mini Star palette. I want to pick up Zendo. The Zendo palette looks absolutely gorgeous. I'm hoping you can see this in the light. They are absolutely stunning. This formula is beautiful. And this is the Mini Glam palette. Absolutely lovely. These are like 20 to 24 pounds each. So I think if you really want to try the formula, but can't, you know, justify 60, 70 pounds for a palette, try these instead and you will really, really enjoy them. Now I'm absolutely baffled as to where my other palette's gone, but yeah, hey ho, I'm going to pull up what I'm decluttering, and I'm really surprised because I didn't think I'd do that well with eyeshadows. I have filled up this box. This is everything that is going to be going on to a new home. So it's kind of mixed. You've got a bit of high end, tiny bit of high end, a lot of drugstore. Yeah. So there we go. Now it's kind of organising everything back into the cupboards. I'm going to have tea first. Wow. And I'm tired. So yeah, thank you for joining me today, and I hope you'll join me again for our next video in this declutter, which will be sort of mini single eyeshadows. It'll be brow products, eyeliners, mascaras, and then we move finally on to the last video, which is lips. So yeah, if you've stuck with me throughout the whole series, well done and thank you so much. So yeah, thank you for joining me again today, and I hope to see you again soon. In the meantime, lovelies, please take care.